Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome, in the blue corner, Thiago Aguiar.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a bout that has fight of the night written all over it, Thiago Aguiar coming in, the Dutchman by way of Brazil, is one of the most exciting young men in this entire division. A real treat to have him on Phoenix Fight Night here tonight.
As you say before, Chris, he's fought on Phoenix Fight Night and won by TKO. He has really good BJJ with sound positioning skills from the top and the bottom, which means he is able to escape well and be versatile in his game.
Now we know, as you said, that he's got great transitions, great arm bars and triangles in position. That textbook wrist control to triangle and swapping up to the armbar combination, Dean.
And let's not forget the tight guillotines, which is really imperative to have a game that ties together, because jiu-jitsu is kinetic chess. It all ties together. If something doesn't work, you go to something else. So this guy is really slick on the ground.
And now let's go over to Buddy Johnson to bring on his opponent in what is going to be possibly tonight's most exciting bout.
And his opponent, please welcome to cage side, Nathaniel Wood.
Well, Dean, as we said in the opening part of tonight, after the prelims, it was evident we had a lot of talent on the card, a lot of international talent. But this young man, Nathaniel Wood from Team Titan in London, the Englishman, homegrown mixed martial arts talent at possibly its best.
Insane, tough guy who likes to finish with TKOs. Brilliant combinations, very good downward pressure, massively fast hands, awesome left hook. It's a right-hand combo, Chris, just watch out for that.
I mean, and you look at him and you look at the weight class in bantamweight, it's one of the most entertaining weight classes due to the movement, the speed, and the athleticism. But this guy brings power. I mean, that rear round kick, he broke a guy's arm, didn't he, Dean, in a previous performance?
Yeah, the guy went up to block, hit his arm, and actually broke his arm. The guy had to discontinue the fight due to a broken arm.
He's got to watch out for the submissions. I mean, we've seen him tap before, but I've seen the tape. This guy's been working on his game. He's coming in with one of the very best camps in this country, and what is going to be, as these two looked at each other at the weigh-ins to the ring, possibly our best bout tonight. Let's take it over to Buddy Johnson to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we get ready for 3 5-minute rounds of MMA action. This is in the professional bantamweight division. This bout is sponsored by Performance Cars. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 63.2 kilograms and has a record of 1 win, 0 loss, and 0 draws. Representing MMA Vlaardingen in Netherlands by way of Brazil, Thiago Diablo Aguiar. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 62.8 kilograms. He has an impressive record of 6 wins, 2 losses, and 0 draws. Representing Team Titan from England, he is the prospect, Nathaniel Wood. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Trevor Chamberlain.
Well, it is bantamweight MMA here at Phoenix. 3 5-minute rounds if necessary. And this bout, Dean, all of the media attention, all of the fanfare, one of the most anticipated matchups. It's Thiago Aguiar versus Nathaniel Wood.
Intense at the weigh-ins, intense stare downs, intense in the corners, waiting for them to come out as they center off here in the cage. Nice leaping left hook there from Thiago.
And, you know, it was like 2 pit bulls really looking, circling. Thiago Aguiar in the blue corner from the Netherlands by way of Brazil, from MMA of Vlaardingen. And in the opposite corner, Nathaniel Wood from Team Titan, fighting out of the red. 2 exceptional fighters with great records and already delivering.
Big left hooks there, double left hook there from Nathaniel.
And a shot. I was going to say, how long before the shot from Thiago?
Nathaniel shakes it off, though. He's able to a nice amount of pressure on that leg and push his opponent off.
Now we know that with that Team Titan training, they bring an elite level of takedown offense and defense. Is Nathaniel going to be wary of the submission game of Aguiar and probably use that to keep this one standing, Dean?
I'd imagine so. He's using his teep kick there, which he's known for, to keep his opponent back. And you see that he's obviously worked his takedown defense as Thiago came in there for the single leg, shaked it off like it was nothing.
And Thiago looking on the outside to possibly set something up on the way in. Both fighters impressive. But the question is, who is going to get off first? I think with the speed of both of these guys, the technicality, if you watch the way they do things on the feet, the way they move in and out, the way they gauge the distance, it's technically superior stuff.
There's a purpose, Chris. It reminds me of the Matrix. Without purpose, there is no game. These guys are flicking out kicks. These fighters are kicking out jabs, everything they possibly can to gauge their opponent, gauge the distance, get the ground rules, if you like, of the first round so they can dictate the pace and implement their own games later on.
And these two competitors among the very best in the UK in the bantamweight division. But a definite feeling out process, but an exciting and action-packed feeling out process. Both fighters engaging very briefly and then disengaging immediately. And you can see the way that, for example, that inside leg kick sort of skimmed the inside thigh of Nathaniel.
These fighters are definitely among the best. It's often said that when you get hit, it's like a button and you fire back, which these fighters are doing perfectly. Every time they get a shot on themselves, they fire back straight away to make their opponent think so they can't capitalize.
And Wood and Aguiar showing off high-level proficiency in returning fire, as you said. But this competition, I think, as it materializes, both becoming a little bit more comfortable and both a little bit more loose. I feel it's the type of fight that could change on a dime.
Definitely right there. I think one of these fight. Oh, some capoeira going on there from Thiago.
Man.
Perhaps from the Brazilian background. Just as we were speaking about, like you said, that one kick, the one punch, the one elbow that's going to get through might be unorthodox.
And in perpetual motion, these two bantamweights, and it's almost impossible to measure the level of preparation that these two have gone through, coming from their camps, day in and day out, training twice a day. It's just a real journey, the real journey of being a mixed martial artist. And that's why I love this division, because with the technical aspects, the movement, the fluidity, it just shows off the complete package. But neither fighter able to get it to the ground yet.
Thiago, however, has landed a lovely overhand right, and he keeps working that. Nathaniel needs to keep his right hand up and block that off and fire a left hook right hand combination perhaps off that to make Thiago think twice about throwing that, because Thiago does lean in with it, exposes his chin a little bit.
And we've also seen Thiago throw that left head kick. Nice outside right round kick from Nathaniel Wood. That landed very flush. And, you know, Thiago had all of his weight down on that leg. And we know that when a fight sort of continues and a fighter becomes more confident, sometimes they leave a little bit too much weight on that lead leg. And if a kick comes in like that, it can be so damaging.
It's very true. It's going to stop the power, it's going to stop the movement. Ultimately, you can dictate where the fight leads from leg kicks. It sounds a silly thing, but you can stop his takedowns, you can stop his jabs, his power punches. Nice combination there by Thiago.
And Thiago being very patient, as is Nathaniel. Look at that head movement. In and out. Nathaniel was in at a distance where he was able to land a couple of strikes, realized there was something oncoming, and then moved out of the way of the freight train, like a matador. I just love this division. I can't say it enough.
These two fighters here, just unprecedented from their level. It's almost tit for tat. They realize when somebody else, their opponent, puts a shot on, a knee, a kick, that's going to cause them to lose points, and they try and get back up as Thiago again goes for the takedown, and Nathaniel just shrugs it off there.
And Nathaniel connecting very nicely with that right cross.
Right cross landed on the chin there, Chris. And Thiago actually visually shook his head.
Yeah, and you can tell he didn't like it with the way he moved in for that takedown. Thiago Aguiar in a little bit of trouble that I think at the very end of the round there, if you take a look at the replay, Nathaniel Wood was standing very loose, open palm, very, very nicely. Almost looked like he was waiting to counter, but then it was that preemptive right cross that cracked Thiago Aguiar. He dropped for the takedown. That was definitely the best shot of the fight for Nathaniel Wood. What does Aguiar got to do to get it to the ground though, Dean? That's the question.
He needs to set up his shots. What I mean by that, he needs to put punches and kicks on top and then come in. Roger Huerta did this brilliantly in other organizations. He'd almost tie that overhand right hand to the double leg takedown. He used to teach it when we was in Tiger Muay Thai over in Thailand. He used to drill this into us, and it's imperative in MMA. It's a skill set in its own to tie punches and kicks to takedowns.
And wrestling for MMA, obviously, if you look at the earlier highlight of Thiago Aguiar, unsuccessful in his takedown. Let's see if he can get that golden ticket moving into round 2. And we continue here at Phoenix at the O2 in Bournemouth. Chris Hookster here calling the action with Dean Midhat. Dean, fantastic stuff all night long, but this such a high-level affair.
A game of MMA chess here. Both these fighters are very smart, very seasoned in their own right. Definitely picking the shots here. As we saw in the previous round, Nathaniel landed a nice right hand on Thiago that shook him. Oh, that leg kick could have hurt. He switched stance there, Chris. That rear leg could be hurt.
And you can see the desperation in which he reached for the double underhooks. But as you said, not setting it up, and that needs to be the method if he's going to get this fight to the ground.
Nathaniel's picking him off here. He's got to know that that leg kick's a good idea. He's doing a brilliant job of going up and down. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you go up, the fighter's going to block high. Then you go low again. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, that's hurting him. That is making him wince, and it's grabbing. That's a bad thing to do because your opponent's going to smell blood and go for it. These shots are making their way through. Thiago's perhaps thinking about the pain in his leg.
And it's not so much always the pain, though. It's actually the inability to move. There's nerves there. When you kick, it actually physically can take away, sometimes up to minutes, your ability to stand.
The instability is definitely plays dividends on your balance, your power, your agility, everything. And Nathaniel Wood is taking full advantage of that aspect right now.
And there's so much problem solving going on in this fight where Nathaniel has been able to keep the fight staying, defend the takedown, find a correct distance. Aguiar, I think, is searching even more desperately to get this thing down to the mat.
It's evident there from that overhand right that didn't catch its mark on Nathaniel. Again, chopping away at those legs, does a very smart thing of moving back out. He knows that overhand left or right is going to come because as we've seen, Thiago can switch stances here. He's southpaw and orthodox.
And Nathaniel looking to try and maybe blast him out of here. I think he's tried to wear him down a little bit, defend the takedown, make him tired. More importantly, punish him, as we've seen with those leg kicks, Dean. We might be looking for a late stoppage here from the Team Titan fighter.
Nathaniel Wood is closing down his prey in his opponent, Thiago. Thiago really needs to put some punches in bunches, perhaps throw some leg kicks, and more importantly, is to check those kicks that he's receiving.
And that was a better check there on that lead leg of Thiago Aguiar. But Nathaniel Wood still going to work, showing off that masterful method that has been the common denominator in this round.
Thiago needs to put combinations together. It's no good single shots, double shots. It's not going to make Nathaniel think twice about coming in and picking him apart. Nice head movement there by Nathaniel, which is imperative to that looping overhand left of Thiago. If the head's not there, he's not going to hit it.
But I think Thiago's got to put a couple of punches to set up a takedown at least. There we go, that's better. Nice 1-2 there from Thiago Aguiar because, quite simply put, an overhand left or an overhand right to a shot is just not enough complexity. It's not hiding it enough. You can't really show your cards like a poker game.
And at this present time, it's the worst thing to do because you have to plant your legs to throw a power shot. The power comes from the floor. And if your legs are getting chopped away like they are from Nathaniel, it's going to cause you big problems. Nice right hand there by Nathaniel. He's got real snap in that punch.
And a probing jab again from the young man from London. But Thiago Aguiar is still there. It seems that Nathaniel may have left him off the hook a little bit, allowing some time to run on.
Nathaniel, I think, is baiting him in. That left hook's beautiful. The right hand is even better. He's waiting for Thiago to come into that range, hands down, perhaps throw something wild like that. And if you can connect with that left hook or that right hand, I think you can put him down.
There we go. There's that overhand left. And a right jab, searching, but only finding air for Aguiar.
Right hand there, finding its way from Nathaniel. Thiago's pumping that jab out. I'd like to see him fake the shot to see how good the hips of Nathaniel Wood are.
Yeah, if you could make him possibly, like you said, sprawl a little bit too quickly, you could get a head snap and then get up on top. You'd have the fight in the ground. Maybe not the best position of being completely on top, but you can spin, take the back, as you said. trying to find that golden ticket, as I said, in the end of round one. Still searching is Thiago Aguiar, searching for the mat, Dean, but time running out.
Foot stomps here. I remember seeing a tape on Nathaniel. I saw him getting taken down while he was defending a high single leg. He was elbowing his opponent in the face. The agility on this guy it reminds me of something like BJ Penn.
Yeah, I mean, and as you said, the busyness, the work rate of these two. Most importantly, the technique and versatility. We've seen so many different angles, but I guess as this round materialized, as this round continued, you look at the kicks that Nathaniel Wood was able to land repeatedly. That definitely took its toll, Dean.
Definitely scoring up on the scorecards. Visually looking at Nathaniel in his corner, Brad Pickett there, giving him some advice. He looks like the tired fighter, so this could play dividends in Thiago's takedown game.
Yeah, you can take a look over there at Thiago Aguiar, and he's really normalized his breathing, slowed it down. Still in the pursuit, I believe, of top position is Thiago Aguiar. The question being, come round 3 and down on the scorecards likely, will he throw caution to the wind? And as we commence here with round 3, a visual cue from Nathaniel Wood, who actually rubbed his own legs, Dean.
That could be incisive of an injury, or perhaps he's telling his opponent, I'm going to chop your leg off with these kicks.
But Aguiar, as you said, recovered very nicely in between the rounds with some excellent corner work. And I think he needs to be either in or out.
Nathaniel's doing a really good job of changing his levels there. You see that? He's making his opponent in Thiago not know what's coming. It could be a takedown, it could be a punch, it could be a kick.
And Nathaniel showing plenty of patience, as I said. That's been so impressive to see. There we go. And as he moves in, he knew exactly when the time was to switch up and then throw that left kick to the legs. He didn't pronounce it whatsoever. I mean, even with a switch technique, you can often read that a little bit in the footwork, but the very fact he was moving forward and stepped his right leg forward in the switch, closing the distance and setting up that lead kick, team. That is the sign of an experienced fighter.
He's very kick savvy, uses the feints, lifts his knee up, throws something else. Nathaniel has really found the game plan to beat Thiago here tonight as they trade off. Nice left hook by Thiago. Again, he changes levels, which is what he needs to do. He needs to do what Nathaniel Wood is doing. Play him at his own game, change levels, confuse Nathaniel, make him not so sure. Perhaps hold back a little bit on that leaping left hook because Nathaniel sees it coming a mile off.
And as you said, maybe give a little bit of a tell to something and then go another way. Oh, man,
yeah,
another time that Nathaniel's able to connect with his fisticuffs. But Thiago Aguiar playing monkey business here late in this fight, I don't think will be enough, Dean.
Again, tactics, Thiago. He knows he needs Nathaniel to come in and brawl, which is going to set him up for that overhand left. Nice 1-2 there. Didn't put anything on the end of it, did Thiago.
And sometimes in MMA, the biggest test can create the biggest opportunity. And we know that Aguiar, I'm convinced that Aguiar has the power to shut the lights out, but Nathaniel just not allowing that to happen and disallowing him here in Bournemouth the opportunity to land anything of that nature.
I notice Thiago often looks away. When he throws those big looping shots, he's not looking at his opponent, which can not be a good idea because you don't know where he is. To keep your eyes no matter what you're throwing. Whereas Nathaniel's got clear focus. He's got good in and out movement, nice right hand there.
And halfway through this round, this final round, here in this bantamweight matchup, Thiago Aguiar still searching for shining light, still trying to find a way out here to the victor's podium. And there has been, as I said, so much anticipation, so much media hype. Everyone wanted to know what was going to happen when these two got in it. And what you're seeing actually is two very high-level guys cancel out a lot of each other's skills. Nobody's able to get it to the mat. Okay, it ends up on the feet. Both fighters have a lot of power. It's been, in my opinion, Nathaniel's ability to land more volume and, as we said, the leg kicks. That's been the biggest difference. Thiago Aguiar is a great fighter, but Nathaniel Wood has been just that much better, Dean.
He shut down Thiago's game with those leg kicks, kept him at bay with the teep kicks and the punches, and I'm still waiting for him to lure him in with that left hook. But Thiago is doing a good job of keeping his hands high, moving back when he needs to, throwing out that jab, but he needs to put combinations together.
but Nathaniel doing a good job of keeping his chin down. And as both fighters still throwing a lot of feints, as you said. Ooh, there we go. That was another good right cross straight down the pipe for Nathaniel Wood. And an interesting precedent here as we move into the final moments of this fight, Dean.
Nice head movement there by Nathaniel. He's doing what Thiago's not doing. He's moving his head off the center line. If it's not down the trajectory, if you throw a punch, imagine punching down the pipe, straight right hand, for instance, that is directly in front of you. If your opponent's head is not there, you can't hit it. Nathaniel's doing a brilliant job of that.
And with less than a minute on the clock here in regulation time, Aguiar still patient, still fishing. And there we go, Nathaniel looking to turn it on with that right cross, left hook combination. 2-3 goes Nathaniel Wood. The Team Titan fighter just really showing off what it means to be on the mats, getting coached by a guy like Brad Pickett daily, Dean.
It's just got to make you versatile, strength to strength fighting at a camp like that. Brilliant stuff.
And a seasoned professional here in his young age is Nathaniel Wood. As you said, a very quick thinker, Dean. You know, that's the type of skill that you can't teach somebody. You can learn how to employ it in martial arts, but to execute it, to really come in and on a stage like this in Phoenix and walk away against a dangerous guy like Thiago Aguiar. There's a lot of mutual respect between these two. As we said, a lot of intensity. I think it's Nathaniel Wood walking away with a unanimous decision here tonight, Dean.
I think that's completely true, Chris. The leg kicks, the combinations that Nathaniel did, his footwork, he's able to put off damage and not take. If you took a few jabs, it didn't really have any power on him from Thiago. Thiago got frustrated with the legs. Perhaps, like you said before, the instability in the legs just took him out of his comfort zone, chucked him in the deep end with Nathaniel Wood. And Nathaniel ultimately, we'll see if he comes out with a victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for both fighters. Come on! 3 exciting rounds, and we go to our judges' scorecards. Your winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, the prospect, Nathaniel Wood.